Let's say you've, been a graphic designer for a long time and you're moving into, being an art director or creative director, and you might feel like, "What am I doing here? How am I, qualified to be able to do this new job?" So if you're making that kind of transition and you're feeling like an imposter as you're moving into a different position or a different status,
Mhm.
um, how would somebody deal with those feelings of, "I don't know what I'm doing. I don't belong here. I'm not capable." And have you ever had to overcome that in your career?
Sure, sure. I mean, even if if I got a call or a text for a new job today, I mean,
Yes.
that's always the first, especially if it's a excuse me, if it's a client I haven't worked for before. I mean, that's the first reaction is like, what do I got? What are they calling me for? I don't what, huh? How can I possibly, right? Again,
Mhm.
that's the call. And if you are moving up in a job or basically moving from a small pond to the next pond,
Right.
you have to understand that that's the process. That's the
Mhm.
process. The fact that you are being allowed into those waters means you belong in those waters. And here's the other thing. The reason we have that feeling, especially if it's in a social situation. Like, oh, I've got to go to this. I got to, back when I was in New York, I went to a lot of, the little private designer or creative events with Baratunde Thurston and Brene Brown and all the fancy pants. And going into those things, it was just like, okay, let's do this. Like, okay. But when you move into those circles, you have to understand this other thing. The reason why we're afraid is because we're concerned with what other people are going to think or say.
Mhm.
Guess what? They don't fucking care. First of all, they don't know you're scared.
Mhm.
They don't know you have that feeling in your stomach. You don't know that they don't have that feeling in their stomach,
Mm.
right?
Right.
They don't care and they don't know. So get in there and go.